Welcome to YouTube. This is Crazy Samurai 71 here bringing another video. Today I wanted to do a video regarding something I decided to get into a little bit, and I was interested in it because it's for a show that they're doing a reboot of, which is the Powerpuff Girls, oddly enough. Now, many people, guys, may think to yourself, oh, that's a girl show, who likes that? Oddly enough, there are plenty of guys out there that love that show, and that show was fun. And it was a pretty cool show, the original Powerpuff Girls run. But now they're doing a reboot series of the show, which is interesting. Is it similar? Yes. There's different voice actors for sure. But there are original villains and there are brand new ones. So, I thought I would do a little bit of a review of and maybe start doing some reviews of these episodes. So as of now, I've watched the first one. They've already also released at least the second one. If there's more, obviously I might do a review of the second episode as well, which I know that they have that one for a fact already out, at least online. Maybe it's available. I mean, I believe the UK is getting it first or something like that. I don't even know. I don't even know the exact details on it, but I watched the first episode, which was actually pretty good, and it was a pretty excellent episode. And the episode, I'll tell you this much first. I enjoyed the opening a lot. It's a great opening. Sure, I prefer the original Powerpuff Girls opening, but at the same time, I didn't mind this one. I actually kind of liked it a lot. It was interesting. I was a little surprised about it, but it was actually pretty decent. Just trying to double check something really quickly. Anyway, it was a pretty decent episode, and overall I enjoyed it. Now, what was the focus of the episode? Well, the episode focused on Buttercup. Now, for those who don't remember from the Powerpuff Girls, there's Buttercup, there's Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, all three of them, right? Well, this episode focused on Buttercup, and it focused on her whole entire anger situation with how she's always angry. But it starts off with them going to some sort of like peace event going on in the town of Townsville or whatever, and there ends up being an attack from a villain who's a new villain, and this villain is Man Boy, which, if you're curious about what's his deal, he's basically a boy that has the abilities of a man, which by that it basically means he can grow. He can, on a whim, if he can shave his beard and then grow it out in like a second, just by using his manly powers, as he refers to himself as having. Kind of a funny thing. There's that whole entire dispute over that, and he wants to take control of Townsville. And the thing is that Buttercup gets in his way, and the guy talks to her like, "Oh, why don't you go away, princess?" And the moment he says that ends him, because basically she can't stand that. So she reacts pretty poorly, knocking him over, knocking him out. And the thing is that he's controlling a gigantic man robot. It's like made of wood and everything. And the thing is that she wreaks havoc like crazy. She destroys the whole entire event. She beats him up. He's not happy, obviously, and also the people in general are not happy. And on top of that, Bubbles gets beaten up by Buttercup, which is not nice. So they have to go to a place for meditation to help fix up Buttercup's issues, and they go to a place, and we end up learning that this guy who's like this whole entire he's all into like peace and tranquility. He's like a hippie or whatever. His reason for turning to being this hippie like figure was that originally he was a car salesman and he was like the best at it, but because of the different floating car things that, like, the inflatable tube mans or whatever. He couldn't stand them, and eventually he used to, like, destroy them, and so he had to figure out a way. And the whole idea here is that she ends up learning about, like, the flow of water and the power of fire and how to become even with it. And at first she tries to be nice, and that doesn't go over very well because she ends up fighting up Man-Boy, who comes back for revenge, and she ends up learning that she has to, like, find some inner peace with herself, and she has to use power, but at the same time have the flow of water. So she'll, like, flow. She'll make her body flow around and attack at the same time. Then she'll go out and, like, she'll beat up, let's just say, his beard. And on top of that, he ends up having a steak army with him, because steak is manly. It's a manly meat. So that was the thing. All that happens. Eventually she does end up beating up Man-Boy. Her sisters are happy that she's learned to become a much more nice and peaceful character, but still is going to be a tough character like we know her as in the past. So that's very nice. Overall, a pretty simple episode. It's a short episode, which is why it's not a very long review, and I just basically gave you a general summary of it, because it's about 12 minutes long. These are not long episodes. These are going to be 2 episodes per during the show. So they kind of split them into parts, which is why it's like, I think it's going to be 40 episodes, but, like, really the time slots are going to probably be, like, in sets of 2, so really it's going to feel like 20, even though it's, like, split in half like a lot of shows are. So it kind of makes sense. Overall, though, really good. I'm looking forward to it all. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope to see you then. Until then, guys, I'm Crazy Samurai 71, and goodbye, guys.